Right then, this is a quick walk around video of an absolutely stunning looking Lexus. This is an IS300 hybrid and it's the F Sport model. The car's covered 68,000 miles with a full history. As you can see here, just glorious. In white with the black roof, black wing mirror covers there and high level lip spoiler. Full dark red, rose red leather interior. It is just a stunning car. It's about to rain, so I'm going to scuffle around a little bit, but very clean indeed. Apologise, I just saw an oil fingerprint on the bonnet there. Lovely. I mean, the front ends are stunning on these cars, aged absolutely wonderfully. Very clean on the front, just the odd tiny little sort of stone chip which you're going to get with the age. Bonnet, can't see anything on there realistically at all. Near side of the car, lovely and smooth in the panel work. Not my day today, just getting attacked by a wasp. Early for that, there we go. Very, very nice. So you've got the wind deflectors on the top of the doors, privacy. It just looks, I mean, just, you've got to see it in the flesh really, because it is a gorgeous looking car. Sorry, the wasp came back for another go at me. I'm not very good with them. You can see there, bigger lip spoiler on the boot, a little protector for the boot area getting in, and then offside of the car, and beautifully smooth in the panels there. Alloys will look very good on the car as well, by the way, so I should have pointed that out. But it is a fabulous, fabulous looking car, this one. It's been kept in very, very nice condition, certainly for a 9-year-old car. Coming to the boot area, really good sized boot, very nicely finished as you'd expect of a Lexus, and fitted with the load liner, which obviously protects the carpets underneath. It's coming to the back now, you can see this gorgeous interior, absolutely really sought after as well, and a fairly major option on these cars. Front and passenger side, again, all very clean. Electric seat on the side. Leatherwork in lovely condition there. Finally coming on the driver's side, again door card really nice. Same with the footwell areas. Driver's seat itself again in very good condition with only a minor amount of sort of bolster wear as you get in and out. So inside the car now, gorgeous interior on these cars, absolutely stunning. Sat nav, as you can see, working perfectly there, and then pop into reverse, you've got again optional rear parking camera fitted to this car. Down the centre stack, it just looks stunning. Heated and vented seats. It really is a gorgeous interior. And then dash binnacle there. That's what you see in normal and eco mode. And then twist to the right, you've got the rev counter there in sport mode. But it is stunning, absolutely stunning. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and roll nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS300 hybrid, and it's the F Sport model. This car's registered KF15XEX, and mileage at the start of the road test is 68,622 miles. The reason we do all of these videos, and especially this road test section, it's to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of the cars for advertising, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. And the reason we've always felt it important is because, like far too many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but then to get there, drive it and find it's got an obvious fault that shows up, which can be hugely frustrating. We also do it on these very quiet country roads, and it's absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire. And this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. The hope is then, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if you went on a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, been very well maintained vehicle, glorious looking thing as well. I'm going to go through the car as I always do, one by one, starting with the engine and the hybrid system. Basically press the power button and it kind of whirs into life. These are what's now affectionately called self-charging hybrids. Basically it's to make it clear to anyone looking, you're not going to be stood waiting for it to charge up, because it does it on the move. Just think of it as a car which you're going to own, drive, run, put petrol in like any normal car from the past. The hybrid system itself works it's got a small battery relatively, which just piggybacks on the back of the engine to give you better economy and performance and low speed refinement. It is brilliant in the way it operates. It charges itself up each time you back off the throttle or hit the brake pedal, replenishes the battery. It does it all for you, and it's absolute genius. The true genius is, in all honesty, sorry, just move my keys, in the way it all works together, because on the move it is absolutely seamless. The engine, the hybrid system, the gearbox, it's work of witchcraft, it really is, but it's also hugely effective. So you can get very good economy out of the car, but the performance is fantastic. Very, very quiet on the move. Obviously at lower speeds you're going to be in electric only mode, so it'll be utterly silent. It's a fantastic system. It also gives you 3 choices in terms of your engine power. So currently I'm in what they call normal mode, which is where it'll generally start and default. But there's a little knob here which I can twist to the left, and I'm going to go into eco mode, and it feels more slovenly. I mean, it's more economical, of course. It's fine for around town. I have used it, but rarely. Most of my time I spend in normal mode in the ones I've had. Push the button down to go back into normal, twist it to the right, suddenly rev count has appeared, as if by magic. Throttle response much more urgent, keener to get up and go. They do make a difference. That's the one thing I would say about it, is you can feel a discernible difference between its modes, which on some cars you simply can't, in all honesty. But works superbly. Worth pointing out as well, by the way, there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge running at just over 1/3, which is exactly where it's meant to be on one of these vehicles. Engine then feeds through into the auto gearbox, CVT gearbox, which is the perfect match for this car. It is wonderful. I mean, where these can make their competitors, particularly turbo diesels, feel very, very agricultural is when you're manoeuvring around. Stop-start traffic, if you live in cities or your commute involves lots of sort of junctions or heavy traffic. These are blissful. They're so smooth. You don't get that clunking indecision in gears. And when you're on the move, again, that seamless theme continues because you put your foot down. There's no gear change. There's no steps, which, in terms of kind of when you hear it, can sometimes feel a bit odd. Which brings me on to my always mention it in these videos. This bone of contention I got with road testers who drive these cars, who are, I don't know, frustrated Formula 1 drivers, I think. The CVT gearbox is trying constantly to keep it at the lowest revs possible at all times to maintain the most efficient way, most economical way of driving the car, but gives you instant access to performance as well. But it does it in a different way to a conventional gearbox because there are no gears. So if I put my foot down hard, the revs pick up, and then it kind of catches up with the revs. It's almost it's not, but it feels like you're exhibiting kind of a clutch slip, and that's the sensation you get but only when you really put the throttle down hard. Most of the time as I am now, if I accelerate just quite normally, very quiet, very smooth, totally linear. It's absolutely brilliant. Gearbox, of course, functions absolutely perfectly. Then come on to the steering and chassis. One of my favourite parts of these cars, actually. Steering tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. Being a rear-wheel drive car, it has the advantage of not having drive shafts tugging away at the steering wheel. And you've got a lovely power steering setup. It really is. It's got the perfect weighting to it. It's not over light. It's very direct and quick in the way it changes of direction. Absolutely loves. But the chassis keeps up with it brilliantly. It all comes together as one. I've always said on the IS300s, I generally feel as though they hit a real sweet spot with the car in terms of because everything's compromised between comfort but also handling, because it is very agile, very keen, lovely vehicles that sort of thread through corners, different speeds, different types of corners, different radius, bumpy roads, smooth roads. It copes with them all. But unlike some cars which are very sportily set up, and I always think of the 3 Series BMWs are fantastic cars, I've got nothing against them, but to get the handling precision they have to be relatively hard riding, whereas the Lexus has 95% of what the BMW can give you, but for the other 95% of your driving, which is pretty much what you're going to be doing, it's far more comfortable and compliant. But it's as I said, each their own. Suspension, by the way, no clonks, rattles going into potholes or bumps at all, so all incredibly tight. Brake pedal, fantastic on the car, bites beautifully, no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal either. And then finally coming inside the car, which is just a lovely place to sit, especially when it's fitted with this dark rose interior. It's a gorgeous interior, beautifully put together cars, no squeaks, no rattles, and then you've got this fantastic dash architecture, really pleasing on the eye, detailing of all the switchgear, as all Lexus always do, is absolutely top notch. It's got an analog clock which lights up at night beautifully, again the detailing, which I still remember watching a video where someone derided that. I beggars belief, but there we go. All the interior functions working exactly as they should. Sat nav, as you can see, dual zone climate control system, pumps out ice cold air, heated and vented seats, again working exactly as intended as well. And then in front of me you've got this wonderful dash binnacle, simple legible dials, simple, easy, just so easy on the eye, and again the graphics just beautifully done by Lexus. It is a stunning interior, just because it's an interior that, by contrast to most which are just the same old themes, unfortunately, just variations of that. This is different, but not just for different sake, because it works beautifully ergonomically. It's just, it makes you feel a little bit special sitting in the car. In fact, I know it does, because all of my customers that buy them feel exactly the same way about them. It's a car that's a bit different from the norm, but it delivers what most people want, a really satisfying drive, but with a level of build and reliability absolutely unmatched.